everybody, how are you today? I'm Christy at My Artful Adventures, and today I am with the Sacred Treasure House, and we are doing a Christmas collaboration with a total of 5 groups, and so this is a lot of fun. And today is our game day at Sacred Treasure House, and so for part of our game, we were supposed to it's flip the house, so kind of a cute little thing on 'twas the night before Christmas. And so it was 'twas the night before Christmas, and all through Sacred Treasure House the crafters are stirring to flip the house. And so we each had to find something that we were assigned to be able to use in our craft today. So kind of a fun way to to work something specific into your craft, and that's always a lot of fun. Game day's always a lot of fun here at Sacred Treasure House. So without further ado, I will tell you what we're going to do. We are getting ready today to make a giftable gatefold card. And I know some of you have done gatefold cards before. And so they're different, they kind of meet together in the front. You guys, I am just turning my phone off so that I don't have anybody break through, hopefully. Hopefully that'll keep us in there. But I am on Facebook today as well as YouTube. And so whichever place you are, if you're not following me, I hope you decide that you like what I do and what I show, and maybe you'll give me a follow or subscribe, either one. Everything is, I welcome all. So I just want to move a couple of things here and get them off of my workspace. And let me make sure I can see comments. Hey, Sue. And then we got Sparky Chris. Hi. All right, now I'm ready, you guys. I was ready, but there's always these little details at the very end that we still have to take care of. And so there's just really no way around that unless you're doing like a pre-recorded video, right? So my thing that I was supposed, you guys, I got a cup of coffee here in my way. Hang on a sec. There we go. I feel my chair broke. I sat down the other day and my chair broke and I can't make it. I can't raise or lower it, so it's kind of annoying. Let me put us down here to the desktop. Okay, we've got our that's gonna be shiny and irritating us. Oh, you guys, wait, okay, this is what I was supposed to use, was a stocking. Okay, so that's my special thing that I have to use. And it helps if the things that you got ready, if you put them where where they are, right? Here we go. Got it. All right, now, you guys, for being so prepared, this is ridiculous. Okay, got it. I needed my little template here for what we're doing. So our gatefold card, it's going to be fun, you guys, and pretty darn easy. So follow along with me. Grab a pencil if you want to, so you can write down these measurements that we're going to use. I don't know if I'm going to have my ruler or not. I might keep it there handy. Okay. Phew. Okay. Hey, Kim, Kathy, how you guys? Thanks for being here. And LT Designs was right before me. And we've had, I think I'm maybe third today, so we've already had a couple of people on already. And following me is going to be Bernice at BB Crafts on Facebook, so we got to check it out. But all of the groups, the Facebook groups, are listed there in the description, so if you want to go and join any of those groups or see what they're up to and see their lineups, go over and check them out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, I want my folds to go this way because they're easiest. So my folds I want this way, so I'm going to cut this part of the length off. So I'm going to make this to be a 5x7 card. Are you guys getting ready for Christmas yet? So we got 5x7. I'm going to put that over to the side. I don't need any more of that. And then I want this to be 11 inches. So we're just going to start with that. This is going to be easy. You guys, now that I'm getting started with this, I might have to drag this out so we take up the entire time. But you know what? I'm also going to show you how to make a customized envelope that'll fit this, because it's going to have a little bit of depth. So, okay, so this is 11 by 7 is this piece. And now we're going to cut a piece of black, and I've already, you know, this just needs to be a scrap. And so we're just going to cut this one at, I just want an inch. So I'm going to cut an inch off. And I want to, one thing about these, you can, you know, look at your lines and make sure you've got them lined up. So I want that the same. I want that to be 1 inch and then by 11 inches. We'll get that lined up and just snip that off. Okay. Actually, this little piece here is going to be perfect. I need to set that aside so I know where it is. That's going to be perfect for part of what we need. Okay. And I think, actually, while we've got our trimmer out, let's go ahead and cut. I'm going to make a sparkly piece here, and I want it to be a 2 by 2 square. Okay. So just cut that off here. Oh, thanks for sprinkling, you guys. An envelope ornament. Oh. Well, this is probably kind of too big maybe to be an ornament. Denise, how are you doing? Okay. So, and now I can see for some reason I am stuck here on Facebook. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, you guys, I can see what's going on Facebook, and I could see that it was freezing up, so I don't know what that's all about. But we're just going to have to move forward. Okay, so now I think this, some of my papers are older, and they're not the kind with close to my heart that are kind of a two-sided piece. Now, okay, I'm going to put this down here, and I want it to go across the bottom. But before I do that, I see that I'm going to put a little bit of ink on here. This is a, this is a white core cardstock. I was going to use the black, my solid core, and I realized it was really a lot thicker, and I don't want it to be too thick. So I'm just going to slide this along here and cover up that white core. I don't need to see that. But the solid core was a lot thicker. And because of how this is going to work, I didn't want that. Oh, I am going to need that trimmer out. I was going to use it for my scoring. Oh, wait a second. Whoop! Let's glue this on first. I'm going to put it kind of low. Can you guess what it's going to be? What does it remind you of already? Are you good at guessing already? Now, I don't want to glue this part right here yet. I'm going to lift it up and put some glue there in a second. But can you tell me what you think that might be starting to look like? I bet you can. Yes, Martha, I could see it's freezing up. I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on just a second, you guys. Okay, it looks like, well, I just refreshed mine and it looks like I'm back. I have no idea what's going on, you guys. Sorry. That's all I can say is keep going, and I'm sorry that's doing that. So now I want to make sure it's kind of straight. So I'm just going to use my grid lines here. And If I would have started on a grid line, that would have even been easier. Okay, that looks pretty straight. And I'm just gonna give it a good press. And now I'm gonna go ahead and score it. Oh, you guys, I tell you what, and yesterday I went ahead and I canceled my live yesterday because they told us they were going to be working on our network from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm just like, why? Why would they be doing that at this time of day? But, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. And then let me grab a scoring tool. All right. Yes, it's starting to look like Santa, right? Okay, so we're going to score at 2.5. And this is kind of thick right here, so be careful when you get down here. And I tested this out because I wasn't sure if I glued it on first if it would score right, but it did. I mean, it did bend like it should. And then at 3, and then when I get done with this, I'm going to flip it over and go ahead and score the back of those. And then let me open it so you can see where I'm scoring it. So then at 8, so 2.5, 3, 8, and 8.5 is where you want to score. Okay. Oh my goodness, it got so quiet in here. I think my heater was on and now it's off. Yes, Leslie, although I think it bothered you guys more. It seemed like it came through fairly well for me when you were on. So I don't know, we just got to go with it, right? And so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back here and give this a little press along these same lines at the back so that I can make sure that I get a good fold through there. Okay. All right, there we go. So now we just need to fold it. We're going to give it a fold here. You know what? Before I do that, I'm going to put a magnet under here. And the reason I left this guy undone is I'm going to put a little magnet right there. And I've got these teeny-tiny little magnets. And your first one you put on, it doesn't matter which way that you have it, right? Oh, you actually have Santa is what you had to flip for, huh? Oh my goodness, Martha. Martha said it flipped her out when it paused. It flipped her out into somebody else's site. That's interesting. We'll come back. I'm glad you came back, Martha. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put some glue on both sides and just the rest of this little buckly part. And like I said, this one doesn't matter which way you put it on, but you do want to get it slid in here enough that your paper will go flat around it. And I didn't do a very good job of that. I sort of did, but didn't. Oh my goodness. This is where when you've got a lighter weight paper, it kind of works a little bit better. But we'll just kind of press it in there. And as soon as the glue dries, it'll be fine. Just kind of hold it down a second. Well, I'm glad I didn't use any magnets any bigger than that for this. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do our folds. Just give it a good crease. And yeah, as long as your paper isn't too heavy, this seemed to work just fine to glue that on first. If your papers were going to be very heavy, I think you would have to take your strip and then just kind of fold it around. Like this is what I would do. I would put it on here and I would just work my way around and then just give it a good crease, because you can still bend these. Just give it a good crease, go to the next one, give it a good crease, and that way you can make sure that it's going to, you know, fit around the outside and be tight. Otherwise, you might end up to where it just isn't going to fit at all. I mean, you would have some gaps or places would be too tight. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Tanya. Okay, so now then, we're going to put, now this is why it doesn't matter for your first magnet which way you put it on, because it's, oh, I'm trying to slide it off here. So as soon as you drop your second one on, it's going to know where it wants to live. And so now we're just going to close this up like this. And I'm going to put this on here, and I want this to be along here. So I'm going to take my glue right here, and when I put this on here where I want it, I'll be able to see where it needs to go. So you just want to line that up, and then I can press that down and then pull it back up, and then I can see where my little magnet needs to go. So now I just got to pick that back up and put that down. Oh, I should have, oh, I actually have one already cut. I was gonna say I should have cut a little white piece as well. So then I'll just put this, a little dot of glue on there, and put glue all around the edge here. And then we'll just cover it on the back, because I think you'll be able to see this. We don't really want to see it. We don't want that to be like the focal part of anything. So we'll just put this on, get it pressed down good. And now we've got the first part of our buckle. Except I have no idea which way that goes at this point. I think like this. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we can put him on there. And now I just want to put a little bit of glue. Whoa, we're twisting and turning. Just want to put a little bit of glue on here. And just line it up. I'm having trouble getting that to stick, you guys. It's kind of crookedy. I don't want it crooked. Okay, let me just hold that down for a second till it kind of catches. All right. I can get over here and look at my comments. Oh my goodness. This is so fun seeing what everybody else is making today with their thing. And so mine was a stocking. Look what I found. I found a teeny tiny little Christmas stocking. Okay. All right. There we go. It's starting to stick. We got our glue. Now, all I have to do, so this is 1 inch wide, and it was the same length as this, which was, oh, what was it? 11 inches wide. The black strip is 11 by 1 inch tall. This is a 2 by 2 square, and then this is another little 1 inch square, and we're just going to put this in the center, and then it makes it look like he's got his, make this silver look like a belt buckle. Ah! My goodness. And I'm just going to put a little glue on here and then stick it in the middle. I'll be able to line it up. I want it to be lined up with the rest of the belt buckle, or the belt portion. Okay, and then just stick that on there. Man, everything is wiggly today. Okay, so now we've got our Santa. Here's part of our Santa card. Look, isn't that fun? And actually, if you're doing it and not trying to show everybody else, it really wasn't nearly as difficult as that. Man, my clothes are all wacky doodle. Okay, so we got that done. Now I made this so it'll fit our tiny little stocking in here. So now this will open. I gotta be careful so I don't want to mess it up right now. Okay. And so I've got all of this in here, and I can put my little stocking in here, just like that. And you could put something in here. You could put gift cards in here. You could put some tags. I've got some tags that would fit in here. I made these the other day. You can go back and look at those. These were fun, you guys. These trees, I cut 3 at a time, and then it was then cut these portions, so it made it like a little puzzle. So out of 3 trees, I got them that made these little puzzle looking trees. That was so fun. Hi, Jet. So, hi, Dana. So those were fun. I like doing those. Those were super easy. And so you can pop those in to your little stocking here. But what I would do is I would take, if you were going to make a little stocking like this and stick it in there, I would just take a little bit of some kind of double-sided tape runner or the tape. Make sure he's, you know, sitting in here out of the way. And I would just put a little bit of tape down here so it can catch along here. And it'll hold it in place enough until you decide you want to take it out. And this is cute. It actually has a little, you know, hook thing that's ribbon in here. Isn't that cute? So cute little stocking. And so, you know, you could put a gift card, you could put some tags. I think it would be fun to just put some tags in for somebody and, you know, make that the reason you were giving it to them. I tell you, the fabric, though, on here, it's a little bit difficult to get something in here. You certainly wouldn't want to, for this size of these miniature little stockings, oh my gosh, you would not want your tags to be any wider than this because it's hard enough to get them in now. I mean, there's plenty of room, but you just got to mess around with it. But these are 2.5 inches wide. And now I'm going to show you another tag. It's pretty much like one I did the other day. But if you were making kind of you've got your Santa thing here on the front. Then he closes up like that. Look, here's another tag. And this one is the 2.5 inches by 4 inches high. And you could just snip it off here. Just snip your corners off. Some people just, you know, think that they have to have everything all magical and even. Now here's a trick too. Take your corner, and if you really want them to be exact, you can just pull it over here and turn it, and then use that kind of for your guide and do the other side. Now me, I usually just, you know, cut it off, and then if I don't like it, I'll work on it a little more. Like I did that one, and those aren't even the same. That's why I would just as soon, you know, just cut it freehand anyway. Then if I don't like it and one of them needs a little bit more than the other, I'm still going to have to work on it anyway. So, you know, don't get caught up in the little details like that, you guys. All right. And then I would probably go ahead and make my hole to start with. And always, if you want to add a little bit of, you know, depth to them. Oh my goodness, I'm sliding my, I'm trying to slide my chair. My pants are going, but my chair's just stuck. Oh my goodness. And you can just add a little bit of, you know, dimension. I would grab out something dark and use, except I know this blending tool has been used on the distressed oxides. And you don't want to, you know, you don't want to commingle some of your daubers and things, because it's going to contaminate your inks if you start adding, you know, one thing into another. Like your distressed inks, you don't want to get these into your, into just like some plain dye-based ink, because it has, distress oxide ink is actually two kinds of inks. It's together. It's got dye base and it's got pigment ink. And so you don't want to, you know, mix those up. And that's another reason why it stays kind of wet longer. You're able to use it longer is because it's got that pigment ink in it. So, you know, that makes a big difference. So here we've got this, and we can just make another one of these same little kind of cards here. So this is 1/2 inch. So this is 2.5 by 4. This is 1/2 inch by the 2.5. We're just going to glue that on. Oh yeah, waterfall card in there would be cute. That is true. I like that idea, Sue. Great idea. Oh, thanks, Dana. Lots, I tell you, you get to, you know, this time of year and there are just so many things going on, so many things to watch and make, right? And I like to, we've always got people who are making all kinds of things that are, you know, certainly not for beginners. And I don't mind showing things that I feel are pretty easy because sometimes we just need easy projects too, right? Who agrees with that? Do you guys agree that sometimes we need easy projects? Sometimes, you know, and for those of us who just like to make things all the time, sometimes we like to have something easy, quick and easy. And so the same thing, your inside square. So basically, the size of your belt, you double that and make it a square for this section. Oh, that really is blowing that out. It's all sparkly. And then this is a square that is the size of the belt. So 1/2 inch belt, 1/2 inch square. There you go. And so then you've got that cute little guy. So I think I put my baker's twine away. Oh, here's something else. Oh, that wouldn't look very good. Well, shoot. Okay, well you get the idea. You know what it's gonna look like with string, right? You know. I know you know. So then you could put some of these, and it would be cute to make a whole set of these, I think, a whole set like this, and then put them into this inside the stocking. And this is starting to dry better, and it's, you know, a lot easier. You can also get little Velcro things, you guys. They're teeny tiny little Velcro dots, and you could use that instead. I'm not real happy with the way that looks, but I did want it to be sure and catch right here. And in fact, I wish I kind of would have pushed it so it overlapped a teeny tiny bit. But you know what? You know, you do what you can, you know, and you learn as you go along. You do one and then it's like, you know, I wish I would have done this. And then, you know, for next time. Brick paper behind the stocking would be cute. Oh, yes, I know. You know, thanks for reminding me of that, Martha, because I was thinking about that. I was wondering if I had a brick stencil or a brick paper, and then I forgot all about it. I forgot. Sorry. But yes, something brick, that would be adorable. I love that idea. Okay, now, what would you do? Okay, we've got this, and we made it 1/2 inch thick. And that's because this stocking is so fluffy at the top that I wanted to make sure that it was going to have enough, you know, depth that it could fit in there, right? So what would you do if you needed a envelope for this? You know, a regular envelope isn't going to really work that great, right? Oh yeah, Kathy says she enjoyed watching Tanya from Timeless Treasures by Tanya doing something the other day because it was easy. Yeah, we all love easy. You know what? It doesn't all have to be hard. Okay, so let's move on and let's make an envelope that would fit this. So now we're going to take a piece of paper, and it would be best if you had a piece of paper that's not too thick. Now I don't even remember what paper I got to use. What paper did I get out? Oh, maybe, no, I could use that one. Well, shoot, you guys, I've been so busy out here this morning, And now I can't think of what I got out to use. That's just silly. I honestly can't think of what it was. Maybe this one. Maybe I decided to use this. I like to kind of use this. Sometimes I use it for a background to take a picture on though, but we'll just use this one. Okay, so for a 5x7 card, and to make it so that it's got a 1/2 inch depth, this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut our paper, and we want it to be 12 inches. So we've got 12 inches that way. And then let's just cut it this way. And then we want it to be 9 3/4. So 12 by 9 3/4. So we just get that over there. I tell you, I love it when things are in easy measurements, because sometimes you get to making something and then all of a sudden you've got crazy things like, you know, I need this in an 1/8. And I know a lot of people do not like measuring stuff like that. They just, I think they just despise some of those crazy measurements. So, you know, but it is what it is. Okay, so 12 by 9 3/4. Okay, got it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to score this. Now, and this is what I would say about this. If you're making an envelope, if you're going to mail it, now this is a, it's only printed on one side, you guys. So what I would do is, if you're going to pop it in the mail, use this for the inside of your envelope. I mean, we all think it looks really pretty on the outside. The post office doesn't think so much that way. They just don't. So I would put it, you know, plain on the outside and pretty on the inside, and then it's almost like you've got a liner for your envelope. So you know, but if you're just going to give it, if you're going to hand deliver it to somebody, you could use this for the outside. That would be fine. So let's go ahead and use this for our outside. And so we're going to score it now along the short side that's 9 3/4. We're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. So just line it up, and then make sure, like I said, you know, make sure that you've got it straight along your whole line, especially when you've got this much of your paper hanging off. You don't really, you know, you're not going to have a lot of control over what's going on there. It's going to shift, and it's going to be out of whack of what you were planning to do. Okay, and so now 1 1/4. So this is giving us that 1/2 inch depth. Oops, I don't want that closed. So far we've got 3/4, 1 1/4, and now 8 1/2. Slide it all the way over to 8 1/2. And then our last one is going to be at 9. And once you've got, you know, a good amount that goes clear across that you can bump up here, you don't have to, you know, worry so much about, you know, getting in the lines along here, but you can still, you know, do that and double check. Okay, now flip it this way, and this way we're going to do 2 1/2. 3, because again that gives us our 1/2 inch depth. 8 1/4. And 8 3/4. How many of you make things to give to people to use of your handmade things, like tags? Or something that they can use that is handmade? I'm just really curious. Do you have, you know, first of all, you have to know that somebody enjoys handmade, right? But how many of you have thought about doing something like that for a little gift? Okay, now we are going to cut here. This is too bright. Hope you can see. Here, you can see here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to the second line here, and the second one in. So basically all these score parts we're going to cut out, okay? All of that part. So let me see if I've got a, here, I'll just show you here. So here's our little thing that we have made, and we've got our, whoops, squiggly lines, squiggly lines, squiggly lines. But I'll just show you real quick what we're gonna do. So here's those lines, right? Okay, and now we're gonna cut out all of this corner on all four corners. All right, so you've taken away, now you've taken away all the score on each corner. Okay, does that make sense? I just want to tell you that since I can't, where are my big scissors? There they are. So Dana says she makes tags. Do you give them away? Do you give them? Martha says giving a homemade card to an older friend, wanted to give her something small. So I included Christmas tags I made. See, I think that's a great idea. And we always have all these tags that, you always need tags, right? And that's the thing. It doesn't matter whether you're giving your gifts wrapped up or in gift bags. You still want a tag with it. So that's kind of why tags are such a great thing to have. Guys, I can't even hardly see that. Don't worry if you can't see it. I can hardly see it. And so just cut all the score part away. That's probably the best way to describe it. So just on the ins, like here, I'm going to cut on the inside of that score mark. And just do that to all four corners. You know, and if you forget which ones that you were cutting off and you leave one score, just go back and cut it. It's no big deal. Like that needs a little bit more off there. And this is, and then I've got another way I've shown before of how to measure something yourself if you need a special size card. So it's a little bit different. It's the one where you measure and then you have a square that you're making your envelope with. Okay, so now I think I am going to, the short part here, one part is longer than the other. It's kind of hard to see, but this is, well, let me go ahead and fold them on the scores and then you can see better. But you guys, those little stockings, oh my goodness, you can get a pack of those and they are not expensive at all. So they're kind of a cute thing to add as part of a gift anyway. Okay, so there, now maybe you can see. This one is shorter than this one. Oh my goodness, that white. So this is the short side. There, now you can see. This one's longer, this one's shorter. The shorter one's going to be our top piece, okay? And what I'm going to do is on that top piece, I'm just going to round the edges just a tiny bit. And you don't even have to have a special tool. Just get out some little scissors, turn them around. There we go. And now we're just going to put some, put your glue or adhesive on this part here, because you want to put it on that part, not these flaps. Because see, you might not be, unless you're going to mark here and know exactly how far up. So I'm just going to add my adhesive on there. And I want to come over a little bit farther because I know, you know, that it's about 1/2 inch in there. And I'd rather have more of that adhered down, right? Hey, Mary. Hi, Diane. So now we're just going to pull this up here, make it tight. You know what? I think I might need pin or something here to square that up. Put something you can, a ruler. Let me grab my ruler. And square that 1/2 inch side up there. Oh my goodness. And then you can take your ruler and then have something inside to press it with. Okay. Did I put glue on that one? Yep, already got glue on that one. I tell you, sometimes, you know, it's always surprising how some of the tools we use all the time actually become another tool. Oh, Diane, you're new. Welcome. We love making new crafty friends. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Okay. So now we've got this little box here, or it's an envelope, and now we can just pop this in here. And they'll fit right in there. Ta-da! So you've got, you know, your 1/2 inch wide box to make. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, I think if it went through the mail, it might be kind of, you know, it wouldn't maybe be the best, but it is a little bit sturdy. It's sturdier than a regular envelope by using, you know, some lightweight cardstock. You know, that works out just fine. Let's see. What else is everybody talking about here? Hey, Angie. Thanks, you guys. But yeah, I thought this was fun, and I think it would be super fun just to make a whole bunch of these tiny little Santa tags to go with it. And then you can pop them all in here. Let me pull out a little, I've got some red here. I'll just take it off one of these other tags. And you can use about, I like to use about 12 or 13 inches of something like baker's twine to go in, because then it leaves enough that you've got plenty to tie. If you want to make a little bow with it, you know, you can still tie it around something, and it's enough to make your bow as well. And it just is a nice little amount, and you can always cut it off, and baker's twine isn't very expensive either. And so, you know, when you've got something like that, you know, it makes a fun way to do your tag. But you know, anyway, about 12 or 13 inches for that, and just pop them all in here. And then you've got your I tell you, that stocking though, oh, there's some already in there. No wonder they weren't going in very easy. But you know, just whatever you would like to do. Oh, he's moving around there. Oh no, he's not. You know what, here's what I would do. I would put a little bit more down there. And then it's stuck good. It'll stick, but that kind of adhesive, you know, for something fuzzy like this, it'll just come right off. So somebody could, you know, still use the tiny little stocking as well and be able to take it off and use it. But yes, Martha had a great idea. She reminded me that to use like some brick paper on the inside of this, and you still have room to either stamp a greeting or, you know, write something on here if you wanted to. That would be fun. And there's all kinds of ways that you could continue to just dress this up. But this was like the super easy way, right? Super easy. And you guys remember, we're all through the rest of today. I can't even remember what time we end today. But go into Sacred Treasure House and you can see how, you know, see the rest of our lineup. BB Crafts Bernice with BB Crafts is going to be on after me. So we'll see what she's got for us today. And I thank you all for coming and hanging out with me today. I hope you've enjoyed an easy Christmassy craft. And I can't remember. We know what everybody had for their thing for game day, for Flip the House to find it. So I can't remember what she's got. I'll have to go look. But what a fun way to be able to spend some time together and craft, everybody, right? You guys take care. Have a wonderful day. Let's go see Bernice. Bye-bye.